They usually don't trust me as much. A couple of things. Say, I don't know how many of you are going to be able to take the extension of the week. How many of you will not? What I had planned, this whole series has been a bit punctuated by unexpected events, so that the flow that I had wanted to have gotten a little erratic. Fortunately, at Nancy, took over beautifully, and as you know, we continue when I go, and we're very fortunate for that. I also want to mention something about her that is very rare. I think we've all found that she's a loving and warm and concerned person as well as teacher. She also has another quality which is humility. And this is one of the things in yoga that is most important. And she has had the humility to do me the honor of asking me to be a teacher. And this is remarkable because she's a teacher in her own home. But it's made the relationship between us a very harmonious one. One of the things that indicated that fully to me was that last week I was so eager to continue with this plan that finally evolved for this series. But the idea of having interrupted was very hard for me. As Nancy suggested, she could just come and do the class, like some of what she's doing for some of her other classes. I asked if she could possibly just repeat the class we've done the week before, so that we keep that energy and that kind of working with arms and legs and upper body and lower and so on, keep that going. And though that meant inconvenience for her and long discussions on the phone, both of getting on the floor with the phone and saying, oh, but this is what you need to do. And this was something that was not necessary to do as for the substitute. So I just want you to know that I appreciate that one. Now, what I had planned is kind of smushed into one, well, in fact, I found that as I went on, the classes began to take on for me the form, it may not be surprising to you, of a piece of music. And that each week was like a different movement. And so the movements began to kind of evolve out of each other. And suddenly the movements are going to have to be compressed. However, since most of you will be continuing, that's going to help me to try to keep the focus on. So today we will do only part of what I was afraid we would have to do all of, and that would have made it very rushed and consistent. The idea is from now on that we're doing a theme and variation. And I'd like it to have a sense of a flow of the rhythm of music. Now that will occur at the beginning of the class when we do a sort of vinyasa or a series of things we've done already in this series and bring them together and go through them relatively. But there will be pauses, and remember there are pauses in music. Sometimes the pauses are as meaningful as what comes before or what comes after. I'd like the feeling to be, since the theme is going to be earth and sky. And we will today, in a sense, do more of the earth postures, grounding, with the idea that once you ground, you can dare to fly, and then we can soar. And I think of a line of a poem by Hart Crane that expresses the feeling I'd like you to have in describing a very beautiful bridge, quite like our own Golden Gate Bridge. He said it's like an arching strand of song. And I like the class, class, part of it, when we learned that we're working with the Shuddha, with the plow and the children, working with the chakra here at the throat, that is symbolic of sound. We also found it symbolic of inner sound. And the inner sound can be the inner articulation by your body of what I hope will be a kind of flowing sense of music. The music may not be audible. Okay? Now, the first thing I want to do is give you a breath that will, in a sense, close the circle on these different breaths that you do. We've had a couple of breaths now that have worked a great deal with breathing only in the left nostril. This one will breathe in both and will be it's called the four-phase liberation breath. And that fits in again with the Vishuddha, which is considered the doorway to liberation. So I'd like to do that today, and I'll probably repeat it next time, and then maybe in the last lesson. I'd also like you to sit in rock pose or thunderbolt if you're comfortable. If you're not, please do not do it. There's a reason. It has something to do with our whole idea of inversion, because most of the time we walk on the soles of the feet, and the whole weight of gravity is coming on the soles of the feet. Now when we sit in this position, the soles of the feet are freed, and it's the top of the feet that are on the earth. Also, they know in yoga that when you sit in this fashion, several things happen. A current of energy moves from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Because the diaphragm is free, the back is erect. And when you sit on the feet in this way, which you feel the cup of the feet which will settle into, you are also bringing a supply of different forms of supply of blood to the feet, which can help them when there is fatigue. Actually, the feet have more bones in one part than any other part of the body. And here, all these four bones, all the time. So we give it a little bit of rest. And the weight of the self on those feet uses a stimulation. Okay? Now the breath is very simple. I'm going to do it first for you, and maybe you take your young leader. You will turn the head to the left and inhale through both nostrils. You will close the right nostril and exhale to the left. Now to center, lifting the head to the right. Breathe in through both nostrils, close to the left, and breathe out to the right. You'll come back to center and breathe in and out through both nostrils. Take the jaw and down lock. And again, inhale and exhale through both. Bring the head up, close your eyes, and visualize soaring. Okay? Now, the breathing is definitely not ujjayi. It's not active. So it's going, you may need to clean that. It's going to be strongly breathing through the nose. So that all here. Okay? All right. Take a deep breath in and let it out first. And you turn to the left and inhale. close the right nostril and breathe out through the left. Turn to the right and inhale through both nostrils. Turn to the left and breathe out through the left. Come back to center. Take deep breaths in to both nostrils. And out. Chin to chest in Jalanada. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up, eyes closed. And inwardly look back to the soul. What this does, and you'll return to that it balances the solar and the lunar systems of the body, the heart and the heart. It also balances all of the chakras. So repeat again at your own pace. And repeat that. Being on the balance wheel. Move into the dimension of yoga. Move into the sense of action and stillness. And then arm over the head, you can namaste. And then close the right nostril, breathe. Connect to the right brain. Through the and onto your back and arrange your blanket for your breathing. Give yourself the embrace of your breathing. Feel the breath fill every cell. Feeling that inner harmony. And our concept, not surprisingly, will be on the shoulder stand, which we will work with the last 2 weeks. That will be the part of the side and the sternum. In shoulder stand, not only are we establishing a new foundation of shoulders, so that the lower body and legs, usually rooted earthward, can soar, but also finding a new way to experience wholeness of being. The thyroid and parathyroids do not just monitor the release and flow of energy for all our body functions, but by being stimulated in diverse postures, such as bow and shoulder stand, are also concerned with the fifth chakra, the Vishuddha, our medium of communication and self-expression. As light flows through us coming from above, it brings to that fifth center the expanded awareness from the thousand-petal lotus, top of the head, which relates to the powerful pineal gland and also the visions of our interior landscape from the sixth chakra of the third eye, the Ajna. This light clarifies for us in many ways yoga takes us to the meeting place of the visible and the invisible, the inner and the outer, the above and below, enriching our daily life. We are gently invited to join a quest for meaning where our real world lies, which is within. We are like travelers passing through great transitions, where earlier parts of our lives are a preparation from which to learn transcendent skill. In much the same way we move from the grosser aspects of an asana into the more revealing and subtle. These skills, as we move on and inward, serve us to explore the geography of our inner cosmos, learning rudiments of navigation and map reading as guides to prevent the detours which can mislead us on our journey. Detours which can mask as the true path and distract us from the summons of true revelation. For as we expand our inner vision, we are often tempted by false mystical trappings and are ready to sail off into the void, where we lose balance between the outer world, in which we must act responsibly, and the sometimes petty world within that beckons with an emotional high that can be as addictive and as false as a drug. This tendency to seek the melodrama of growth and change is epitomized in the story of the Zen student who came to the master in great excitement and said, "Oh, in my meditation today, I saw an image of the Buddha surrounded by brilliant light and color." To which the master calmly replied, "Just keep on meditating and it will go away." Yoga helps us by reminding us to be the objective inner witness, and through the balance of concentrated breathing, subtle yet powerful, and the insights of the asana, to distinguish between body, mystical intoxication, and true intuition. Yoga has a miraculous talent for keeping us safely grounded, even as it encourages us to fly. It provides a tangible working interaction between the material and the spirit, allowing us to explore both worlds with an exquisite balance that unites the two. It teaches us that the way out is the way in, and the way in is the way out. As you all know, it is truly magic. Finish the cycle of breathing. Blanket. And we'll move from the warm-ups into some of the postures that we've done with an emphasis here at the beginning on movement and on grounding. So let's bring the hand over the head, lift the head, bring the chin up, push out with the elbows, push out with the shoulders. Bring the buttocks and the abdominals as you lift in the neck, and inhale and exhale and bring the head down. Open out with the elbows. Feel the chest open, the heart open, the space between the shoulder blades. And feel the expansion of the breath between the ribs. Drop the elbows on either side of the chest. Make fists. And as you inhale, arch the upper back slightly. As you exhale, push away with the elbows, firm the buttocks and the abdominals, and bring the small of the back into the mat. Release the fist and have that sense of the small of the back. Press knuckling into the mat. Slide the feet up near the buttocks. Hands, thumbs on the hip bones, fingers under the flesh of the buttocks. Move the buttocks towards your heel. Slightly tilting up at the base and slightly down with a long extension of the spine, strengthening and lengthening. Chin in neck long. Inhale, exhale, knees up into the chest, hands under the knees. Walk the abdominals towards the spine. Push out to the tailbone. Hands below the kneecap. And rocking to the left. And the right. And the left. And the left. And trying to reach all of the vertebrae. And come to center. Left leg comes up and out and down, push out to the heel. Pick up the right foot, drop the right knee. Move into your opening posture. Open to pelvis, open to heart, opens between the shoulder blades. Start the toes, the thumbs. Arms over the head, feel the move. Let it bring up, body chin in. And stretch, feel the whole opening as you become the lying down tree. And lie down, knee up neatly, and lift and stretch out to the heel. Firm the left, the right buttock, push out to the right heel. Hold the toes with the left foot, drop the foot into the right thumb. Breathing. Keep the neck long. Watch the shoulders stay open. Massage the back of the toes. Arms above the head. Reach out to that right heel. Turn the right leg. Working the knee as well as you can towards the floor. Using the blanket of the knee. And down, arms down. Knee comes up and lift and stretch out. And knees up into the chest. Palms side to side. We work a little bit with the legs before you extend them around row and fully. What we want to do many times at the beginning, warm-ups are supposed to be exactly what they say, warm-ups. But it does not mean using jerky or rough movements early. You may be going into a sport or something that's going to have quick, jerky movements prior to sport. But this is a preliminary. It's to prepare and stretch the muscles so they don't tear and sort of shred, which is what happens actually when we do things that require a quick movement. So just kind of dropping on the side, if you straighten the legs a little bit, and just have the legs crossing back and forth, just easy. You'll be bringing circulation up into the leg, circulation through the back of the leg, back of the thigh, hamstring, up into the calf, and you can have your hands on the leg, massaging as you go. Very safe. You're not going to brush the spine, you're not brushing the knees, and yet you create a lot of circulation. If you want to, you can just gently with both legs pull into our old-fashioned kind of double bicycle. It's interesting, some of the oldest traditions of yoga will have this with a warm-up. Just easy, not forcing. Just arming up, arming up. And then you'll find if you bring the knees in, hands to the floor, and slowly take the legs up, crochet. Bring them back, let that spine extend and open. And then you can take the legs up and move into the heels, move into the balls of the feet. Become aware of the front of the legs, particularly the thighs, using the strength of those muscles to release at the hamstring. Slide the hands between the legs, between the thighs, and open. Okay. See the ways you can vary your first warm-ups, which I hope you always include some of in your practice, or just at the beginning or end of the day. And point the toes and flex the heel, point the toes and left, point the toes and flex, and rotate. Off lines and across. Now slide the hands down closer to the calf. We want to work with bringing the legs over the head as though you were going to bring the toes to the floor. And one of the ways to help that is to bring the hands now under the thighs, bring the legs up still fairly wide, closer to the upper body, then reach for the toes or the ankles, and open as though you were going to bring the toes to the floor at shoulder level. Now firm at the tops of the thighs in order to straighten the knees. Use the muscles on the top of the thigh. And bring those feet over and down, toes down, heels to the ceiling. Just so you were going to bring the legs all the way to the floor. Can you visualize it? Enjoy that. Enjoy visualizing it. Eventually it will happen. Then bring the legs together. And once again, to facilitate, bring the legs in close to the body when they're straight. Bend the knees. Knees right onto the chest. Hold the ankles. And just easily pressing upward. Trying to bring the legs closer to the torso. Move out to the tailbone. Tailbone will lift slightly, but not lift way up until you're going to take the legs over the head in the fall. And just release, let the legs go. And then take the ankles, stretch up, straightening the legs, and bring them a little closer to the torso. And let it roll back a little bit so you feel the base of the spine. And then you move closer to the body. And one more time. And then it goes together. Tighter. Arms on the lower leg. Stretch the leg out toward the hand. Moving out to the right, push shoulders down. Breathe. Sometimes I have not enough time to do anything but a series like this as my practice. Or else I could do it for later in the day, each day, and I can move into the practice. And breathe into the center. Shift to the left. Stop breathe. Head right to the left. Push shoulders. Rolling on the floor. Breathe back. Stretch out with the legs. Stretch. Good. Breath, rolling, and then come back to center, drop the feet to the floor, and gaze up, right hand on the right knee, left on the left, rock forward and back, and up, and stretch, and right into Shiva Shakti. Again, we're bringing the lunar and solar elements together. And we will do it again, really practice to open the first chakra, so that the spine is open for the chakras also to the center. And let's turn into that. And just moving the spine, not only moving it round, but forward and back. Now, as you get up into the shoulders, base of each shoulder, bring it down over and up. And then explain the cat. I think we've done this, but you may want to see you come back, up, and round down. And then you reverse it forward and up, and back. Forward and up, and back. Yeah, the spine moves and arches and bends and concaves and convexes. All things. And finish in cat. And then let's take the cat with the up and the arms extended. And really trust it. Working on the shoulders, opening shoulders, working on the arms. And as you bring the butt down, you can bring the toes together into paw pose so that we open the groin. This helps a lot in down shoulder. And then you can come forward. Take the knees back a little bit, and we're going to go into full breath from the cat rather than lying down. We're going to go down into it. And you remember that same projection. The upper body goes forward, the lower body stretches out. That's what we do in upward facing dog. And coming forward, tuck the tail under. Up under, open across the shoulders, firmly holding the tailbone between the buttocks, not forcing, and the whole pelvis, the hara in the pelvis, is firm, but it hangs down a little bit like that English pudding we discussed, that's what happens. So you're not tightening there, not becoming hard. Let go. Come on your toes, come forward a little more. The chest comes in front of the arm, and the wrists are right below the shoulders, and the upper body is as lifted as possible. Going in slightly, back bending forward, and hold the tail circle up under. And then from that position, step on your toes, push back into your heels, and turn it into upward dog, but standing on the toes instead of turning the toes under. That gives a lift to the legs. Holding and breathing. Push back with the heel, stretch the legs. Make them dynamic, make them shake. They're so strong, stretching back. And then, nicely into long back extension. And I want you now to move from up dog to down dog. Now, one of the problems with that is that the legs are extended longer behind you for up dog than for down. So you may need to step in. But we're going to do the up dog stepping on our toes because that takes you right into down dog. Otherwise you have to come off this and go into that and make it up. Okay? So once again, let's start with then begin to swing up into down dog, pushing back with the heels, and then step in. Most of you are going to be too long. And come way on your toes, but don't let the body come forward as you do that. As you come on your toes, pushing back and up with your tailbone. The toes toe out in down dog and rest on the base of the big toes and then stretching and working with the arms. Feel the underside of the arms, but don't hang from the shoulders. Let the arms be strong and swing up into upward facing dog. Focus position changes to an in. Good. And down dog. Beautiful down dog. Remember, it's a reversal. This is an inversion down dog. Anytime that the head is lower than the heart, it's an inversion. And swing, swing, moving. That's it. Good. Beautiful. Not losing the integrity of either pose just because you're moving swiftly from one to the other. And going down, up. Bring your spine into the body without bending the knee. Hands are too far apart. You want the shoulder just to down, and the hand doesn't just do this. Like this and straight. Skin down a little bit. And it's not like that. Good. Feet could be a little further apart. Just a little. The width of your pupils. And down. And back into child's pose. And breathe. Feel the breath. Feel the Bible code. And then come up, arms above the head, and stretch. And wow. And I want just a moment or two in dolphin so that we have the work on the arms and practice ahead of time for bringing the weight as you have the arms extended midway between the wrist and the elbow rather than focusing here or just the elbow. So now, to find your distance for a dolphin, I've found you pretty much can do what you do to find your distance in down dog. But it's going to be ballpark, it may change it. Let's do it with the hands making a little fence. With the thumbs across, one on top of the other, and remember that you change the thumbs occasionally, and the arms making the collarbone, and the head right over the hands. And so now, and take the tail up, and inhale and exhale, and lift. And push back with the heel. Wait, remember the upper wrist must stay on top of the lower wrist. This stays vertical, the arms also, almost knife sharp. Where's our head? Your head stretches forward over the hand. But don't let the whole body come forward too much. Still take the body back. You have to hold the head up. You straighten the neck. You don't let the head touch the floor. It comes very near the floor. So you're almost in a figure two body. And here's some murmuring. Or is it muttering? Bring the feet in closer. Good. That's very nice. Walking towards you. And the toe out and then toe out. Sorry? Toe out or toe in? Toe out. Just the way you would in down dog. It's another version of down dog. And come down. I'm going to come up to stand. And remember that Tadasana is shoulder stand. The shoulder stand is Tadasana. So you want, in Tadasana you'll be toeing in also, and in shoulder stand. And ground down. Have that sense of grounding. Then I want you to have a feeling of almost stacking the body parts up. In this instance, it's going to be stacking them down, and shoulder stand is going to be the reverse. So take your ankles to your feet. Lean into your feet to your ankles. Move the calves into the ankles. Move the knees down into the calves. Move the thighs into the knees. And feel the hips rest on the thighs as a foundation for the upper body. Feel the upper body lift. So you both round and lift. They say in Tadasana, you think of the top of the body as Purusha, which is the head of the sky. And you think of the lower body as Prakriti, which is nature or the earth. And these are all parts of the pantheon in mythology. The ultimate floor, cranial muscles in and out. This litany is what goes through your mind and you can shake. Long arms, back of the arms, very strong, into the little fingers. And elbows up. Open, maybe the shoulders open, like that. And we'll just do a simple sneaky guidelines. And to the side, and above, and over. Breathing in, and up, and again. And let's do the next one, so we can do one of each. Hands here, from up, and step to your right, and step together, and hop, 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 and up, and stretch, step to your left, to the right, and hop, 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 and up, and stretch, and down. And shape up the right hand, right foot, left, let it all go. Let it go. I've had a request for a breathing and an exercise, and I think it would be good to do. It's good to remind ourselves that this exists, and it's called the stomach lift, or Nali. And most of you have had it in my class, but we'll run through it again quickly. Remembering that you separate the feet, you bring the heels of the thighs onto the thigh, and this is your position. You're not pushing out with the back, it's just a very easy lap, sitting in the air. Okay? Alright. And then, you know you can come up. And then just to show you quickly, in case you've forgotten, I'm going to run through the two versions and then we'll do one of each. It's just a kind of reminder. You inhale and then you exhale all the breath out. You need to inhale. All of the breath out. All out. Inhale, good. All out. And then you pull your abdominals back to the spine, release back to the spine, and release back to the spine. Let's do that one. We'll do the next one. So, let's come down. Just one moment. You can have that movement be as slow or as fast as you want it. You may have noticed that I did it slowly, then I did a little swooping. Depends on which feels better for you. This is going to work with the whole lower digestive system. And remembering that in yoga, as we said, they want everything so pure that if they could be bathing while they did yoga, they would. And they believe in the internal cleanliness, that cleanliness internally is the basis of good health. And so, if you have any problems, constipation, this is the thing to do at night. If you haven't had a snack, don't do it. You're just eaten. Wait a couple of hours. Or first thing in the morning before you eat again. If you have severe constipation, do it night and morning. And in the morning, you can take a little bit of warm water first, and then do the exercise. Okay. All right. Now the second one. Did you do this?
No.
Only I did it. Take a deep breath in. I hadn't planned on this. It was a special request. So deep breath in, down, and let all the air out. Exhale, and then abdomen back toward the spine, release, back toward the spine, release, back toward the spine, release, back toward the spine, release. Come up when you need to inhale. Now the Navili is when you rotate. What you do is you bring the abdominals back to the spine, up, another drop. Back to the spine, up. Right? Good. And let's move into tree pose. And I want the tree pose to represent for you the earth and the sky. And I'd like you to have the feeling when you open across the shoulders in tree pose that you're opening like the branches of a tree. Really, really open. And very solid into the earth and lifting the soul to the sky. Okay? Easier if you step off your mat. I found with a comb, for some reason, if I face a blank wall, I can sometimes see a tree. I don't know. But most of you know what to do, so you just come up, and one foot to the right. Remember, you have a standing leg very strong, the weight toward the inside of the foot wide, so you have as much of the base as possible, and pick up the other foot, bring it into the thigh, holding, take the knee out to the side, and arms over the head, and stretch, and fold, and lift. And feel those arms are growing. Grow. Grow the arms up. Feel as though the breath takes them out. This is in Tadasana. You want to feel the head is soaring as though there were a thin silver thread lifting from the top of the head, taking it up. Relax it. Nicely. Be willing to use the wall if you have problems vary. Always be willing to use the wall. Certain days we balance, certain days we don't seem to. So, as if we know we use the wall. Very nice. And slowly come down. Shake it out. Yeah. And opposite side. Use your breath. Breath up you go. I am calm, I am poised. If you can't bring the foot all the way up to the crotch, just bring it onto the leg where you can. Some of you may want to do it with lotus, half lotus. And slowly come down. Good. And Padasana, wide. Going over. Very wide. Hands under the buttock, rib, back and the tailbone, bring your hands under the crease, the hip, so you're sure to bring the body over the hip joint, and over as far as you can. If you can, come down to the floor, head to the floor. If you can almost reach the floor with your head, make one fist, on top of it the other fist, and rest your forehead on the double fist. And release the whole lower back. Release the whole lower back. Pinch the feet in. Bring it in. Walk it in. You can bring your hands out in front on the floor and jump together and slowly come up nicely and you're forward bend from the ground up. Growing up. Okay, growing up. What yoga asks us to do, doesn't it? Okay, now we'll work with the plow. If you want to sit down for a moment. Last night I asked people for choices, and I'm going to ask you today. I don't know how many of you can do a plow easily with your feet to the floor. If you cannot, I want you to use a chair or a wall. And I think what we need to know now is how many of you can go all the way in the plow and take your feet to the floor.
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. No problem if you can. I think I can show you at the wall. It might be simpler than using the chairs, and you don't have to have a partner. The main thing is, Nancy and I will check you, is to be the proper distance from the wall so that the spine is erect. So, all right. Because what we want to do today are some variations of this. Because, here again, the yogis are very wise. Long shoulder stand are so important that we need to stay in them a while. But we tend to get tired. Either the upper back gets tired, the lower back gets tired. And so we get impatient, and we don't build up our length of time. So they gave us variations. And also so you don't get bored. Because these are very stilling, quieting postures, as we said in plow. 1 minute of plow is 8 minutes of sleep, equivalent. And then when you get into shoulder stand, It is an emotionally soothing, quieting, compassion-making posture. And though you may like that, you may think, oh, that's something I haven't, you know. What you don't remember is how much is happening during all of the small muscles that are adjusting and moving. So they gave us variations so that we'll stay in the basic pose and then vary. So with your plow, now, at the wall is the worst for me, so I'm not going to be a very good image here, but maybe we could move some of
I
the
was going to say
stuff.
that's because one of the mats in
If
there.
anybody belongs to things. Now I have found that if I take my pillow about this way, lengthwise, that I'm going to be about the right distance from the wall. Maybe we can push this. And you remember that you want very definitely to go into your bridge, go up and down in your bridge, get the bridge to establish you, and to get your shoulder blade. Well, Nancy, you're going to have to tell me when I'm straight, because I don't usually do it this way.
Do you want the mat all the way under?
I won't have to because I'm going up. I'm just coming up and down. And really tucking under, getting the skin at the back of the armpit to tuck forward and under and lifting. And then coming down, not losing it. And come over. Okay.
You're too close to the wall.
I'm too close to the wall. I also have found that this posture, did I come out far enough? No.
You want to work on that?
I don't think so. I think I can just do this. These are very personal postures for me, and I find that I do a lot of work before I do them. And so to do them publicly is different. How are we? Yeah. Okay. What do you want to do? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Front of the thighs. Move into the crease of the hip. Back of the thighs. Move into the ankles and the feet. One of the advantages of this over the chair is that you can push with the feet and keep establishing, taking that spine up. Then if you want a variation, you can bring, if you're not sure you can bring the feet all the way to the floor, you can just do a variation like this and come up. Like this. Come up. Try and keep the spine straight. Otherwise, you can walk, or you can do this. Spine again. Straight. And come back. Or you start walking down the wall to find if you can establish the pose with the feet at the wall, resting on the ball of the toes. Staying open, keeping the shoulders under. And coming out. We discussed in many times, many ways last time. If you can, you come out with the legs straight. And come down. Otherwise, bending the knees in toward the forehead and then coming down. Not letting the neck jump up ever. Okay? Now, if you're in the room, which reminds me, I had a very good question last night. Someone spoke about the difficulty of breathing in that position or shoulder stand. And part of it is because this area is more constricted than you're used to. And they advise you, particularly in shoulder stand, to revive your old low breathing, your low abdominal breath, where you just breathe in, try to get that breath going to keep you from getting short of breath. Then gradually you want to allow the thoracic breathing to occur, because that's where the value begins. But sometimes you can't get to it, so you can't reach it. And so you start with your breath low in the body and give yourself time, and this all opens. Okay? I'm still on the mat. No, pardon? Would you have you on the floor? Yes, it didn't feel comfortable at all. So we won't do that. We'll move the mat against the wall for those who need the wall. And now, in the room. This is for those who are going to do it in the room. And remember, you may need 2 mats. There is a sort of rule of thumb that the longer the torso, the more thickness you need of your blankets. The shorter the torso, the less. Okay? Okay. Somebody spot me. Great. Okay. Now we can do a variation. We can do this one. Start this way. And then you move your left elbow, or your right elbow, over to the right. Your hand is on the body. And you begin to take the legs walking. You take the crux of the palm here and bring it into the hip. There's something in my way. What's there?
It's just the 2 mats.
It's the mat. Okay. You want to walk to 4 o'clock. And then you straighten the legs back using the force of the thigh muscle. And pull this hip down. And you walk back. And reaffirm your straight back. And then this elbow comes out. Right walk. And the hip joint into that leg. Bring it down. And this arm comes out to the side. And turn the head. And look at this palm. And walk back. And press down with the thumb side of the hand. Good, after you've done that, bring the knees onto the forehead and do the yin-yang pose. We'll start with that. We'll do another variation also after that, which is a relaxing. Okay? All right?
Do we need if we're used to doing it without a pillow or a blanket?
You do not ever do it without a pillow or a blanket. Never. This is something that you won't find in other yoga books. This prevents injury to the neck. We found in our culture. Now, if you were born in India and had done yoga since you were pretty could crawl, and if you lived in India, they have even a way of speaking that protects the neck. You ask a question, I've been told, in India, and they have a gesture of the head, which indicates mainly yes or no. If you've been in the Orient, you've had this happen. You ask someone if they know the answer to the question, and they say yes, always say yes, but they may not. So in India, if you ask someone, is the shop I want down this way, they say, that means yes. It also can mean no. It also can mean maybe. It's all of those. And they keep the neck. You see, when you've seen the dancers, my goodness, what they do with their necks, that wonderful way that they work with the neck and so forth. So that is in our culture. And we're so tight here that we've developed a way to do a bow and shoulder stand by always supporting the shoulders. Now, if you've not done it with blankets, I can work with you and show you how. And you may need to plow 2 of these or 1. You'll certainly need at least 2 for shoulder stand. Which makes the pose that I'll show you next a little more difficult to do because you can't do it fully when you're on the blankets. If you just try to do it as well as you can. So let's work with that first variation. And those of you who need the wall, let's move the mat near the wall. Several walls near there. Well, the pillows are for you to use.
Do you want to take one of these over to the wall?
Yeah.
Here.
I'm going to go get this. Which way am I? The pillows are in there? The pillows waiting.
Oh, they're out. Okay. Let me check if there's any more in this direction. So, I guess this.
How many of you need help? Always your head is always this way, this edge of the line.
Poor dear. Thank you. There's a couple more things. I think there'll be more.
Roll the shoulders under. Stretch the hands away in bridge pose. Stretch away. Keep rolling the shoulders under.
Do it again.
Want to do it?
Back of your thighs, the back of the thighs, push toward your heels. The front of the thighs move in toward the hip crease. Nice. Good.
Too close, that's why you can't flip over. Too close to flip over. Is that the way you're used to going into it?
Yeah. Oops. Keep your breath flowing. don't know how long you want to stay in it, so if you want to do the variation, put your hands onto your spine. Those are going to do the variation. Hold your spine, and use your fingers to push the skin of your back up toward your buttocks. Good. Keep the elbows in as close as you can to the body. Now let's take your elbow out to the right, just a little bit, about 2 inches, and start walking the feet to the right. Start walking the feet to the right. Now you cannot, once you're in this position, you cannot keep the spine up. It is what we call Halasana, plow in a twist. Right. Then release that hand on the side that you directly went in, and make a place between the thumb and the index finger to hold that hip. Underneath the other arm out to the side, turn the palm down. Out to the side, and turn the head and look toward that hand. Now, very rarely are we allowed in flower shoulder stand ever to turn the head. You never do it just to check yourself or anything else. So if you have a mirror, just pretend the mirror isn't there. But when you do this twist, just as with one of the other twists where we bring the head in an unusual position, you can do that. Then come walk yourself back to center. And take the other elbow away to the left, I guess this time, and walk to the left. And when you walk, trying to get over toward 4 o'clock, you bring the left hand under the hip. Take the opposite arm out to the side, palm down. Look out. The outside hip comes down. Press downward. Not that way. No. Just a very not collapsing. I think your hips down for but the pose is okay.
You're so flexible, you can put it
virtually wherever you want. I can see that. And then go back to center. Then
It feels good lifting it up. That makes sense that you're letting your kneecap go down and lift it.
yes. Does that hurt? It should feel good. No, this is not pushing tilting.
So you want to tilt
Yes,
towards,
you want
you're
to
tilting
tilt
towards
the
that
hand.
hand.
Yes,
Okay.
And when I say bring it down, you should do it without. Nancy,
Yeah.
all I mean is sort of this. It's not forcing it down, it's just this. So it helps you establish.
So you
this
did
leg.
say down in the hip, but you're not bringing it.
I'm not going to force this. I'm just a little bit like we've done when you take legs out to the side, straight out, and you want to have the top leg even with the bottom. You sort of pull here. There's very little sensation. More of a gesture so that you don't take up.
You're leaning on.
When you come out, I'd like you to bring your knees into the chest. In cup pose, hold the knees. If you want to do the yin-yang pose first, you can. Keeping the spine up straight, however, and bring the knees onto the forehead and the legs come up. Bring the legs up towards the ceiling. That's a very restful pose. The hands can stretch behind you or hold the spine, whichever you want. Or stretch the other way, the arms. the way you had them originally for plow and plastic. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Can I do it? No, I'll just do that. Okay, then I want you to lie on your back with your palms under your back, off your blanket, and to fish pose. Palms down. Remember, feel as though the tops of your palms have been greased. And as you come up onto your elbows, slide forward. Slide forward and come up on the elbows. Take it.
She's going to demonstrate fishing.
And slide back and drop your head on the mat. Top of the crown. Top of the crown. If you've not done it before, you may not want to stay long. Until you're used to it, it can make you feel a little dizzy, a little sleepy. Good. And then child pose. Finish. Make it always that group of exercise. Plow, pump, fish, and child pose. That means then the neck has plenty of time to come back into the other position more comfortable for the neck. First the plow, then knees into your chest. And then on your back with a fish, and then child pose. Next week, I'll bring you the list I promised of all the advantages of these poses. If I have a long enough piece of paper. And slowly come to front. Arms above the head. And down. And lie down. You should be well grounded. Yes, what it really allows you to get. Give yourself into the embrace. moment, let your mind wander to body, letting yourself mentally now be refreshed by the knowledge of the value that comes from this posture. You have been freed from gravity for a matter of minutes, which is what happens when we reverse the body or inverse the body. And every gland is affected, every system, sympathetic aspect of body. All of them are benefited. All of them have a new influx of blood, a new refreshment of their function. And you are the inheritors, those of you who come to yoga and are willing to use this discipline, the inheritors of that benefit. And your body is functioning well. Let the quietness within you rise and fall. Let it move with the breath. Growing as self-concern drops away and is extended, and your attention is engaged by the breath. Let yourself be transported to the place of silent knowing. Within the stillness, without disturbing the surface of your attention, the riddles of the heart arise, inviting answers, and the riddles of the spirit seek mastery of all questions. Silent knowledge has been called by many names: intuition, sensing, enlightened awareness, the cutting edge of sharp perception. But its force is undeniable. It is direct, certain, powerful, unmistakable. When you feel its presence, you are permeated with affirmation and with the exultant gasp of ecstasy. There is a removal from the strong grasp of separate selfness and a movement into connection with the source of all things. There is awakening, a shift of awareness, almost as if one were transported to a different place, not just a different consciousness. The self from one place, beyond self from another. When this comes out in the world of action, doing and performing, remembering this feeling gives hope and purpose. We can nourish it by action, with our dedication, and with impeccability. When it comes to us in stillness, we are permeated with its magic and its mystery. It is beyond question. We are in it. We are His. And now let your breath open inner gates, awakening energy flows in your conscious and unconscious breath. Listen to the sound of the breath going in it, and as it quiets over the silence. The rhythm of the harmonics of life flow equally with sound and silence. All our vibrations of the inner and outer world coming into harmony. In Buddhism, they say, by letting go of confusion, knowing arises. By letting go of fear, calm arises. By letting go of anger, love arises. In other words, when we identify with the cloud, not the sky, we don't have the space between attention and feelings to see they are not what we are. There is a wonderful Tibetan meditation called Practice of the Three Clouds. So first, let yourself have the eyes moving as though you were looking upward, and there within you are seeing the outer sky. Just quietly, open your mind, let your thoughts aside, and just look up into the sky. It is called taking a holiday in the sky. Just watching, not even trying to be one with the sky. Slowly, the sky outside creates a second sky called the inside sky. See if you can sense that small inside sky begins to develop spaciousness and growth. Again, just watch and hold. And ultimately, the third or wisdom sky opens. In the space of that sky of wisdom, all manner of teachings from our past, wise words spoken but not then received, perceptions long buried, somewhat like flashes of borrowed light, are like generous, unending breath flowing through heart and mind, kindling intuition, giving us moments of seeing into the mystery. And as you rest there, in the dazzling altitude of that third sky, so clean and so pure, realize that it's your source of peace, that it brings strength and bright courage, a personal experience of peace that connects you to the larger peace, which is our given nature. Finish the circle of releasing, keeping that sense of limitlessness for the three skies of being this. And then pull down slightly, with your palm onto palm. Letting shoulders. And that's my pillow straight.
Looks good. Looks like this will work.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we better. Because we know that it's
straight or not?
Mm-hmm. Or you could come up a little more, maybe. I think.
Away or something.
You know, the back, yeah, that direction.
Is that it?
I think so. That looks pretty straight. Don't you think, Catherine? Does she look straight?
Really?
Looks about as straight as a person could be, I think.
Yeah. Make it look so easy.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
want me to
that's
do a
beautiful.
variation?
If you want.
She's walking. And then he's done.
Done it the other way.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's beautiful. Thank you.